Before you step into the noise of this day, step into the quiet of this truth. You are not unprotected. You are not exposed. You are not walking through this world alone, unguarded, and at the mercy of every wind that blows. You are covered. You are hidden. You are held in the hands of the one who formed the mountains and named every star. And those hands, those same infinite, faithful, unshakable hands, are wrapped around your life right now. Before you say a word to the world today, let this settle deep into your bones. You are safe. Not because nothing hard will ever come, but because nothing that comes can ever reach you without first passing through the hands of God. And what those hands allow, they also carry you through. What they permit, they also prepare you for. You are not walking into this day unprotected. You are walking into it covered, sealed, and surrounded by a love so fierce it does not sleep, so constant it does not waver, so vast it cannot be measured or moved. This is your sanctuary, not a building, not a place you travel to. It is the secret place that exists within you and around you at all times, the dwelling of the Most High, where no fear can enter without permission, where no darkness can remain without being dissolved, where every threat that rises against you is already answered before it can form fully. You live in this place. You breathe in this place. Every morning you wake up inside of it. And today, you are going to feel it. You are going to walk in the awareness of it. You are going to let the consciousness of your covering change the way you move, the way you speak, the way you respond to everything that tries to disturb the peace of what has been built around you. So breathe. Close your eyes for just a moment, and let the sanctuary rise around you now. I am hidden. I am guarded. I am held. I do not say these words as wishes. I do not say them as desperate pleas flung into an empty sky. I say them as declarations of what is already and has always been true. I am hidden in the shadow of the Almighty. I am guarded by a presence that does not sleep, does not tire, does not look away for even a single moment. I am held in arms that were strong enough to speak the universe into existence and tender enough to hold a single broken heart together through its darkest night. I am hidden. I am guarded. I am held. There is nothing in this day that can touch me without divine permission. There is no force in this world, no person, no circumstance, no accumulation of difficulty that is greater than the covering that rests upon my life. I do not walk in arrogance when I say this. I walk in knowing. I walk in the settled confidence of someone who understands that they did not place this covering on themselves and therefore they cannot lose it by their own failing. It was given. It was sealed. It was declared over me before I took my first breath, and it stands today as surely as it did on the day it was established. I am not afraid of this day. I am not afraid of what I do not know. I am not afraid of what I cannot see, or control, or predict, because my safety does not depend on my ability to anticipate every threat. My safety depends on the faithfulness of the one who sees every threat before it forms and has already prepared my answer, my shield, my way through. I trust that faithfulness with everything I am. I lean into it the way you lean into a wall that you know is solid, not tentatively, not carefully, but fully, with your whole weight, knowing it will hold. I am covered in this moment, covered in the next, covered in the hour I have not yet reached, covered in the season that has not yet begun. The covering does not expire. The protection does not pause. The guarding does not take a day off because I am tired, or because the world feels too loud, or because fear whispered in the early morning hours and I almost believed it. The sanctuary remains, and I return to it now. I speak to every fear that is trying to settle in me today. You are not welcome here, not because I am in denial of the real things this world holds, but because I know something you do not. I know who walks with me. I know whose name is upon my life. I know that the same Spirit that parted the sea and shut the mouths of lions and brought life back from the place of death is the very spirit that walks beside me as I move through this ordinary day. Nothing about my protection is ordinary. Everything about it is extraordinary. And so fear, quiet fear, loud fear, old fear, new fear, I release you now. You have no ground in me. I am standing on holy ground, and you cannot remain where the presence of God is. I breathe deeply, and I feel it. The peace that does not make sense, the calm that has no logical explanation, the stillness at the center of everything that is moving around me. That stillness is not mine by effort. It is mine by grace. It is the gift of the sanctuary that no matter how turbulent the outside becomes, the inside remains anchored. Anchored not to a feeling, not to a circumstance, not to the behavior of other people or the shifting of this world's systems, anchored to something that does not move. Something that was before this moment and will be long after it. Something unchanging, something faithful, something that chose me and covered me and said, "This one is mine, and I will guard this one with everything I am." I am that one. You are that one. We are held in the same hands that hold the stars in their courses, and those hands do not fumble. I am not just protected from things seen. I am protected from things unseen. I am not just guarded in the physical realm of events and circumstances. I am guarded in the spiritual realm where battles are fought that my natural eyes will never witness. There are forces working on my behalf right now that I cannot perceive with my senses. There are prayers that have been prayed over me that I do not know about, speaking life and covering into the atmosphere of my existence. There are divine arrangements being made on my behalf in the invisible places, doors being prepared, connections being aligned, paths being cleared, threats being redirected before they can even reach the edges of my life. I am not alone in this. I have never been alone in this. Even in the moments where I felt most alone, most exposed, most vulnerable to the weight of this world, even then, I was surrounded. Even then, the sanctuary was present. Even then, the hands that hold me had not loosened their grip for a single second. I simply could not feel them in that moment. But feelings are not facts. And the fact is this: I have been guarded every single day of my life. Every day I have woken up was a day that was covered. Every breath I have taken has been breathed within the safety of a love that never takes its eyes off me. I receive this truth now, not just in my mind but in my body. I let it move through every tense place, every anxious corner, every part of me that has been bracing for impact. There is nothing to brace against. I am held. I can soften. I can release the grip of self-protection I have been holding so tightly, because I am not my own protector. I have a protector far more capable than I could ever be. And that protector is faithful. That protector is present. That protector is already ahead of me in this day, walking the path I have yet to reach, clearing what needs to be cleared, arranging what needs to be arranged, standing guard over every moment I have not yet lived. I walk forward now, without the weight of defending myself from everything. I walk forward with an open heart, knowing it is guarded. I walk forward with an unguarded face, knowing it is covered. I walk forward into the unknown moments of this day, knowing that none of them are unknown to the one who walks beside me. I am hidden. Let me dwell on this word for a moment. Hidden. Not invisible, not absent, not diminished or reduced or made small. Hidden in the way something precious is hidden, protected, secured, kept safe in a place where harm cannot reach it. I am hidden in the refuge of divine love, tucked into a place that exists outside the jurisdiction of fear, outside the reach of every enemy, outside the territory of everything that has ever tried to define me by my worst moments, or reduce me to my greatest failures, or convince me that I am less than what I was created to be. In that hiding place, I am fully seen, fully known, fully held. There is no pretending required. There is no performance demanded. There is no version of me that is more acceptable or more worthy of protection than the version I bring to this moment. All of me is hidden. All of me is covered. The parts I am proud of and the parts I am still becoming. The strengths I have developed and the weaknesses I am still surrendering. The victories I have walked through and the wounds I am still healing from. All of it. Every dimension of who I am is wrapped in the same covering. And that covering does not thin where I am thin. It does not weaken where I am weak. It is perfect and complete and whole in every place I am still growing into wholeness. I am hidden, and in my hiding, I am becoming. I am being formed in the secret place, into everything I was designed to be. The world does not always need to see what is happening in the hidden season. The tree does not apologize for the time its roots spend underground before the fruit appears. The roots must go deep before the branches can reach high. And so I trust the hidden seasons. I trust the seasons where growth is happening in me that no one else can see yet. I trust the preparation that happens in the sanctuary before the manifestation that happens in the open. I am hidden, and the hiding is holy. I am guarded. This means that what is mine cannot be taken from me. What is written for me cannot be erased. What has been planted in me cannot be uprooted by any force in this world. The enemy of my peace may attempt to disturb what has been established in me. Circumstances may rise that seem to threaten the good things in my life. People may disappoint me. Situations may confuse me. The road may narrow in ways that frighten me. But none of these things, not one, has the final word over my life. The final word has already been spoken. It was spoken before I was born. It was spoken with love and intention and absolute certainty. And that word says, "You are mine. You are guarded. You are protected. You will not be lost. I am guarded in my mind. No thought that is not true about me has permanent residence in my thinking. When fear comes, I recognize it as a visitor, not a tenant. When doubt whispers, I answer it with the word that does not change. When the voice of the accuser tries to rehearse my past mistakes and use them as evidence that I am beyond the reach of grace, I remember that grace has no limits, that grace does not run out, that the very thing the enemy means to use to keep me down, God uses to lift me higher. My story is not finished. My guarding is not conditional. My protection does not depend on my perfection. It depends on the faithfulness of the one who placed it over me. And that faithfulness is eternal. I am guarded in my heart. The deep places in me, the places where love lives and hope breathes and dreams, take their quiet shape. Those places are protected. They are not exposed to every wind that blows. They are not vulnerable to the careless handling of a world that does not always know how to treat sacred things. My heart is kept. The tenderness in me is preserved. The capacity for joy and wonder and genuine love that lives in me is not diminished by the difficult things I have walked through. It is deepened. It is purified. It is made more genuine, more resilient, more beautiful by the very trials that tried to destroy it. I am guarded. And the guarding has produced in me something I could not have produced on my own. I am guarded in my path. The road before me is not a minefield. I must navigate alone, with trembling hands and a terrified heart. It is a path that has been walked before me by the one who calls himself the way. And that way is clear. That way is good. That way leads to everything I was created for. Even the difficult parts of the path, the narrow stretches, the uphill climbs, the places where the road seems to disappear into fog, even those parts are guarded. Even those parts are held within the larger plan of a God who has never once lost anyone who was truly his. I am truly his, and I will not be lost. I am held. Of all the truths I carry into this day, perhaps this is the most tender. I am held, not just protected from a distance, not just covered by some invisible force field that keeps danger at bay. I am held, as a child is held by a parent who loves beyond reason, as a precious thing is held by hands that understand its value. As a wounded heart is held by a love that does not flinch at the weight of the pain, that does not grow impatient with the slowness of the healing, that simply holds and holds and holds until the holding itself becomes the healing. I am held in every moment of this day, in the moments of joy, when everything is light and easy and my heart is full, I am held. In the moments of uncertainty, when I do not know what comes next, and the ground beneath me feels less solid, I am held. In the moments of grief, when something I loved has changed or ended or been lost, I am held. In the moments of anger, when injustice rises up around me, and something in me burns with the righteous fire of knowing that this is not how things should be, I am held, even then. In the moments of exhaustion, when I have nothing left to give, and the weight of simply existing feels like too much, especially then, I am held, especially then. There is no version of this day in which I am not held. There is no emotion I will feel, no circumstance I will face, no conversation I will have, no silence I will sit in, that falls outside the holding. The holding is complete. The holding is constant. The holding is the fundamental reality of my existence, more real than any fear I have ever entertained, more solid than any ground I have ever stood on, more faithful than any love I have yet encountered in this human world. And because I am held, I can be fully present. I do not need to be somewhere else in my mind, rehearsing the worst possibilities of the future or replaying the painful moments of the past. I can be here, fully here, in this breath, in this moment, in this body that is housed in this sanctuary, because the holding is happening right here, right now, in the very ordinary moment I am living. The extraordinary is in the ordinary. The sanctuary is in the present, and I am in the sanctuary. I am not moved by what I see. I am moved by what I know, and what I know in this moment is deeper than anything the natural eye can observe, wider than anything the natural mind can contain. What I know is the truth that has been spoken over me since before the beginning of my story, that I belong to something eternal, that I am wrapped in something unbreakable, that I am living within a protection so complete it covers not just my body, but my mind, my spirit, my future, my name, my legacy, and every person I love. I speak protection now over everyone I carry in my heart, over the ones who are sleeping and the ones who are waking, over the ones who are near and the ones who are far, over the ones who know they are covered and the ones who have forgotten. I speak sanctuary over my family. I speak sanctuary over my friendships. I speak sanctuary over my home, over the spaces I inhabit, over the rooms where I think and rest and dream and become. I speak sanctuary over my work, over the purposes I have been given, over the gifts that are still forming, and the ones that are already bearing fruit. I speak sanctuary over my finances, over my health, over my mental and emotional well-being. Every area of my life is inside the sanctuary. Every dimension of who I am is under the covering. Nothing is left outside, nothing is forgotten, nothing is exposed. And I speak this, not from a place of fear, not because I am desperately trying to build a wall against everything that frightens me. I speak it from a place of love, from a place of deep, settled gratitude for a protection I did not earn and could not manufacture on my own. I speak it because it is already true, and speaking, it is simply the act of aligning myself with the truth that already exists. When I declare that I am hidden, I am not creating something new. I am remembering something ancient. When I declare that I am guarded, I am not performing a ritual to activate a force that was sleeping. I am waking up to what has always been awake over me. When I declare that I am held, I am not calling something into existence that was not there before. I am opening my eyes to the arms that have been wrapped around me all along. This is what faith does. Faith does not build the sanctuary. It walks into the one that already exists. Faith does not create the covering. It receives the one that was already placed. Faith does not summon the guard. It recognizes the one already standing at the gate. And today, my faith is clear. My faith is open. My faith is receiving without resistance, without condition, without the small print of doubt that used to qualify every declaration I made about my own safety and worth and belonging. I belong here, in this sanctuary, in this covering, in this love that chose me without knowing everything about me, and then knowing everything about me, chose me still. I belong here, and I am not leaving. Not for fear, not for doubt, not for the voices that will try today to call me out of this place and into the exposed territory of anxiety and self-reliance and frantic striving. I know that territory. I have spent time there, and I know that there is nothing there for me. There is only exhaustion there, only the endless work of trying to protect myself with tools too small for the task. Only the lonely labor of trying to hold together a life that was never meant to be held together by human hands alone. I come back to the sanctuary now. I have always been welcome here. There is no period of waiting at the door. There is no requalification required after time spent in the far country of fear. The sanctuary receives me as I am, where I am, in whatever condition I arrive. The door is open. It has always been open. And today, I walk through it fully, not with one foot in and one foot out, not with my eye on the exit in case I need to run, but fully in, fully present, fully resting in the truth of what this place is and what it means for me to be in it. I am in the sanctuary. I am safe. I breathe from that safety now. I think from that safety. I move from that safety. Every action I take today will come from a place of being protected rather than a place of needing protection. There is a world of difference between those two positions. One is reactive, always scanning, always bracing, always one step behind the fear. The other is settled, grounded in a reality larger than the moment, rooted in a truth that does not change with the weather of circumstances. I choose the settled position. I choose to act from the knowing rather than from the needing. I choose to live today as someone who already has what she is asking for, already stands where she is praying to arrive, already rests in the peace she is seeking. Because it is already here, all of it. The protection is already present, the guarding is already active, the holding is already happening. I am not working toward safety. I am living in it. I am not building toward peace. I am breathing in it. I am not hoping for covering. I am standing under it. And when I live from this truth, rather than toward it, everything changes. The quality of my thoughts changes. The energy I bring into every room changes. The way I treat other people changes. Because someone who knows they are held has room to hold others. Someone who knows they are protected has room to be generous with their protection. Someone who lives in sanctuary has room to become sanctuary for the people around them who have not yet found their way home. This is the multiplying effect of living in the truth of who I am and whose I am. It does not just bless me, it flows through me and blesses everything I touch. The peace I carry enters rooms before I do. The calm I walk in settles atmospheres that were disturbed. The love I have received and am continuing to receive becomes the love I extend, without effort, without depletion, without the fear of running out. Because love from this source does not run out. Peace from this source does not deplete. Joy from this source does not depend on the conditions of any given day. It simply is. And because I am in it, I simply am too. I am at peace today. Not because everything is perfect, not because every question has been answered and every fear has been resolved and every hard thing has been smoothed away. I am at peace today because I know who holds the questions. I know who has the answers. I know who sees the full picture when I can only see the corner I am standing in. And that knowing, that deep, unshakable, soul-level knowing, is more than enough. It has always been more than enough. It will always be more than enough. I do not need more certainty about the future. I need more trust in the one who holds it. I do not need more control over my circumstances. I need more confidence in the one who governs them. I do not need more strength to face what is ahead. I need more awareness of the strength that is already surrounding me, already flowing through me, already more than sufficient for every single thing this day will ask of me. And I have that awareness now. I am cultivating it. I am choosing it. I am returning to it. Every time the noise of the world tries to pull me out of the silence of the sanctuary. So, I go forth now, not cautiously, not with the tight, controlled movements of someone who believes that one wrong step could unravel everything. I go forth openly, freely, with the ease of someone who knows their path is protected, their back is covered, their way is cleared. I go forth as someone who belongs to the Most High and walks in the authority of that belonging. Not with arrogance, with quiet certainty, the certainty that says, I know whose I am. I know who walks with me. I know what has been spoken over my life. And I know that none of it can be undone by the noise this world makes. I am hidden. I am guarded. I am held. I speak it again, and I feel it settle even deeper into the truth of who I am. I am hidden. I am guarded. I am held. Every cell in my body receives this truth. Every corner of my mind aligns with it. Every room of my heart opens to it. I am hidden. I am guarded. I am held. Today will not shake me. Tomorrow will not find me unprepared. The unknown will not undo me. The difficult will not destroy me. The unexpected will not catch me unguarded, because I am always guarded. The loss will not leave me without comfort, because I am always held. The confusion will not leave me without direction, because I am always guided by the one who sees what I cannot see and knows what I have not yet learned. I release this declaration now into the atmosphere of this day. I release it as a seed planted in the soil of time. I release it as a word spoken in faith, knowing that faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not yet seen. I have hoped for peace, and it is here. I have trusted in protection, and it is real. I have believed in the holding, and I feel it now, steady, faithful, unrelenting, mine. Everything that threatens my peace today must pass through the sanctuary to reach me, and the sanctuary is fortified by a love that has never once failed. I walk into this day completely covered, completely protected, completely at peace. Nothing is missing, nothing is lacking, nothing is exposed. I am whole within the covering. I am complete within the sanctuary. I am everything I need to be, and I am safe in the being. Let me speak now to the parts of me that are still learning to trust this. The parts that have been hurt before and are slow to believe that this safety is real. The parts that have prayed and felt unanswered, hoped and felt disappointed, trusted and felt betrayed by circumstances that did not go the way they should have. Those parts of me are not wrong for their hesitation. They are not failures for their slowness. They are simply human shaped by experiences that left marks, carrying the memory of times the world did not hold them gently. I speak to those parts now with the greatest tenderness I have. You are safe now. What happened then was real, and it hurt, and you are allowed to have been hurt by it. But it is not the final word. It is not the definition of what is possible for you. It is not evidence that you are unworthy of protection or that the sanctuary is a beautiful idea that exists for other people, but not for you. The sanctuary is yours. It was always yours. And the truth that you struggled to believe in the hard seasons was just as true in those seasons as it is in this one. The covering did not lift when you could not feel it. The guarding did not stop when you could not see it. The holding did not loosen when you were too exhausted to hold on. You were held through all of it. Every single moment of all of it. And here you are still breathing. Still here. Still walking forward into a day that has good things in it for you. That is not an accident. That is not luck. That is the evidence of a protection that worked even when you did not believe in it, even when you had given up on it, even when you were too tired and too broken to pray another prayer or speak another declaration. You were held. You are held. You will always be held. And knowing that, truly knowing it, feeling it, letting it become the ground beneath your feet, changes everything about how you move through this day. You do not move like someone who is fighting for survival. You move like someone who is already safe. You do not speak like someone who is trying to convince the universe to pay attention to them. You speak like someone who already has the universe's full and faithful attention. You do not love like someone who is afraid that love will be taken from them at any moment. You love like someone who is so thoroughly loved themselves that love is simply what they are made of, simply what flows out of them naturally, simply the atmosphere they carry wherever they go. This is the life that becomes available to you when you truly inhabit the sanctuary. When you stop treating it as a place you visit in moments of crisis and start treating it as the place you live, the place you think from, the place you dream from, the place you plan from and act from and rest from. The sanctuary is not an emergency measure. It is a permanent dwelling. And you are invited not occasionally, not conditionally, not based on your behavior or your productivity or your spiritual performance. You are invited permanently, unconditionally, completely, and always to live here. So live here. Let this be the truth you return to in the morning, before your feet touch the floor. Let this be the anchor you reach for when the day gets hard and the noise gets loud and the fear tries to convince you that you are on your own. You are never on your own. You are in the sanctuary. And the sanctuary is never empty. It is never locked. It is never cold or indifferent or too full to receive you. It is always warm, always open, always waiting, with the specific quality of peace that your particular soul most needs in this particular moment. I need peace today. I receive peace today. I need courage today. I receive courage today. I need clarity today. I receive clarity today. I need strength today. I receive strength today. Whatever this day asks of me, the sanctuary provides the resource I need to meet it. Whatever gap exists between what I have in myself and what this day requires of me, that gap is filled by the covering. That gap is bridged by the grace of the one who sent me into this day and sends me into it prepared, equipped, and fully covered. I am not going into this day hoping for the best and bracing for the worst. I am going into this day knowing that the best is already at work, in forms I can see and in forms I cannot yet see, in the visible arrangements of my circumstances, and in the invisible workings of a plan, far larger and more loving than anything I could design for myself. The best is already at work. The good is already in motion. The blessing is already flowing. And all I must do is stay inside the sanctuary, stay aligned with the truth of my covering, stay open to receive what is already being sent. I am hidden, hidden from the things that would harm me, hidden from the forces that would reduce me, hidden from every scheme and plan and intention that rises against the life I was created to live. I am hidden so completely that what comes against me cannot find the target it thinks it has. Because I am not where fear thinks I am. I am not standing in the open field of vulnerability and exposure. I am hidden in the most secure place in all of existence, hidden in the love of God, hidden in the truth of who I am, hidden in the sanctuary where no weapon formed against me can prosper, where no plan devised against me can succeed, where every arrow aimed at my peace falls short, where every voice that speaks against my destiny is silenced by the louder and more ancient voice that speaks life over me. I am guarded, guarded by love that is fierce and intentional and absolutely committed to my well-being. Not a passive, distant, abstract guarding, but an active, engaged, present guarding. A guarding that notices, a guarding that responds, a guarding that has already gone ahead of me into every difficult moment I have not yet reached and said, I will be here. When they arrive, I will be here. And that promise is kept. It is always kept. It has been kept through every hard thing I have ever walked through. It will be kept through every hard thing still ahead of me. The guarding does not retire. The guarding does not grow weary. The guarding is as fresh and strong in this moment as it was at the very beginning. I am held with the most intentional tenderness, held with full knowledge of who I am, not a sanitized, idealized version of me, but the whole real, complicated, beautiful, struggling, growing human that I actually am. That version of me is held. All of my contradictions are held. All of my questions are held. All of my failures that I have forgiven myself for, and all of the ones I am still working on forgiving held. All of my dreams that have not yet materialized, and all of my fears that have not yet dissolved, held. Every part of me that I would hide if I could, every part of me that I wish were different, every part of me that I am proudest of all held, all covered, all completely and unconditionally embraced by the holding. I walk into this day held. I speak from this day held. I love from this day held. I work from this day held. I rest into this night held. And tomorrow, when I wake again into another new beginning, I will wake held. I will always wake held. For as long as I breathe and beyond the last breath I ever take, I am held. This is my sanctuary. This is my truth. This is the ground I stand on, and the air I breathe, and the peace I carry, and the love I extend. This is who I am. This is whose I am. This is where I live. I am hidden. I am guarded. I am held. Everything that threatens my peace today must pass through the sanctuary to reach me. And the sanctuary is fortified by a love that has never once failed. I walk into this day completely covered, completely protected, completely at peace. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is.